Um, but what the kind
Liar,
of things that
delusional.
what I think is the way that I frame it, what I think is going to happen, and again, I think it, I don't know it, is you're either going to have like a Star Wars future where things are kind of like post, I mean, things are still scarce, it's like gritty and fighting for everything, or it's a like a Star Trek future where things are it's post scarcity. So abundance is
Mm.
everything's abundant and you don't need to do anything to get whatever you need.
Yeah, that's a beautiful point because I think we might have both in like different timelines. So like
I
maybe a
think, yeah.
Star Wars future first, then a Star Trek. After we've like killed so many people, I'm like, what are we doing, dude? Like, let's think. Then we probably proceed to like, a Star Trek future where it's like, okay, we're human beings now. Like we have technology. Let's not use it to like do the same things we've been doing for hundreds and thousands of years. It's like, okay, we have better technology now. But I think in the near future, and probably on Max's side, it's like it's going to shit, dude, and it's going to shit
Fast.
fast. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely could. What does that mean to you, Max? Like, what do you think? What does going to shit look like?
Well, I think it comes down to a real simple concept of change, right? No organization is going to survive this century intact, okay? Especially the ones that were created in the last century. So all the small ones, all the medium-sized ones, they've gone through the adapt or die process, okay, already. Now, what we are remaining are the large, the too big to fail, and they're not going to survive this century. And if they're too big to adapt, it's inevitable that they're going to fail. So that disruption, healthcare, governments, financial systems, those things are so strained, and the people in them cannot adapt quick enough because the organization is too large, and so they are going to die. And that's kind of what the holds our civilization together. So they're big players, they're big pillars, and we're going to be observing their collapse because of this rapid technological change over the next 5 years.
Okay, fair. 5 years. I mean, that's the thing is like it's happening so fast. 5 years kind of seems like a long time right now.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with everything Max said. This week is probably the week I, for the first time, took like Max's whole cybersecurity thing very seriously. So, like on subsequent, meetings we've had, I've always been the one on the side of, I really just don't care about cybersecurity. Like, I never really clicked to me like why Max was so like on it about cybersecurity because I was just
The
like, dude,
folly of youth.
yes,
Uh,
yes,
Dennis, the two of you are always like, "Hey, why you worry so much?"
yeah. I mean,
Right? And
I,
and
I, I think no, go ahead, man.
here's what.
My bad.
So you've both, I think, mentioned to me something before. You both said everyone's data is going to be out there, so what's the big deal? Eventually, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said yes, I agreed with that. It will eventually because AI is going to crack every single human-made database, right? Any database that was built with human brains, AI is going to crack it. It's going to find the chink in the armor. Hopefully, we get it hardened, but it's going to crack it. It's just a cat and mouse game. Now, here's why it's a concern. All that personal data of ours is out there. If I could just snap my fingers and unlock every one of those databases, civilization would be gone in a year. The leisure life, the civilization, everything we know will be gone in a year.
What makes you say that?
Because if all that information is open, anybody can use it against anyone else. And they have AI to steal with it. So it is an absolute
Oh,
open source on scam. And it will take down every
okay.
institution. The
Okay.
ransomwares, the whatever, it will just be a slaughter of all the entire system. And
Okay.
nothing
Yeah,
So
will be able to keep up with it.
there'd be no like there'd be no gatekeeping
No
um
gatekeeping at
to
all.
like personal private information, funds, assets, the whole thing. You think everything's going to
Assets,
get it's going to
everything.
be
The
a
game is
looting. It's going to
on
be
a
it's gonna
looting,
a pillaging.
I
a pillaging until
um
there's nothing left.
Max,
Yeah.
yeah, Max, I really appreciate the fact that I don't know, I think you probably had foresight because I think I'm just getting to that point where I'm like, okay.
this is real. And like Max is probably not, I was mainly thinking like, okay, Max is just doing the most, man. Like I'm not gonna do the most at Max because like what happened last week was Dennis said he had a phishing attack, right? And
Yeah.
I kind of just took that as like, okay, like that's kind of strange. Like, why you like? So something happened this week where somebody in my family had an attack that did go through,
Oh
right?
shit.
Now they needed me to like actually help them out with like actually figuring things out. So it was like a simple email, right? A simple email, like they said, oh, you're logged out, you need to log in. They put in their email and password probably in like a, portal that wasn't like official. Now the person has their email and password. Now, guess what? Then it's money out of their account. Boom. Because like the moment you have somebody's email and password and you can get into their account, you can get into like, see bank details and all of that. Because like if
Yeah.
you are logged in into somebody's like you just see everything. You see the CVC, you see the account number, you see the institutional number, and you can just go in there. So they literally had that happen this week. But then I was like, okay, maybe that's something. So I had to use like AI to help them out. Like the attack was so strange because it's like this person, it was basic, so it wasn't like anything that had to do with like the underlying. It was just a simple like they forwarded most of the emails that were going into their email to like another email. They changed the language, so it was a bit confusing, and then they go into like the actual emails. They exported all the emails, so it's like saved it probably on their end and. It was like pretty basic. It was like I just had to like do 5 to 10 steps. I didn't have to like go into like the back end or anything. I just had to like log everything out of the account. But it just put into perspective. It's like okay, this kind of stuff wasn't really happening like a year or two ago, like where people like, because like this person wasn't really that sophisticated. They probably used an LLM to like get access to this and like just like do all this stuff. And then it reminded me of you, Dennis. Then I was going through my week, and then I read the like of like I think Vercel got hacked, and they said it was an LLM that got them hacked. So I'm like, okay, that's another point of
Data
context to
point.
put into my mind. And then Google comes out with like this whole report on like how an AI large scale 0 day attack was about to happen. And it's like,
So
wait,
talk, wait, hold on a second, hold on a second, hold on, just break in there for a second. So one, I got a question. How much money did your family member lose?
not too much. It was about like 400, 500, but it got refunded because like all they had to do was call the bank and say cancel the card. So it wasn't
Okay, good.
crazy. But
And then
it,
get, okay,
no,
pardon me. Yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
I was going to say, so, I mean, obviously it's good. I'm glad that they didn't lose too much money and that you were able to help them out. But what were you talking about that you're bringing up a Google thing? Can you give us an overview of what it is? Like, give us the 411.
Yes. So I'll try my best to explain it as much as I understand it, but this was like a 0 day attack that Google actually stopped before it could
What
go
does
out.
0 day mean?
0 day is kind of an
Sounds like a
attack that
sci-fi
has.
movie.
Yeah, it sounds like a sci-fi movie, but 0 day attack is kind of an attack that has not been identified by the. It's like a way of hacking into somebody's system that has not been identified by the actual creator of like the software or like the hardware platform. And if you find that 0 day attack, it's something that can give you access to like just the main back end of, you know, the
Like
actual
full
system
control,
that the
full
person is using.
access.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And like it comes from 0 day, meaning you have 0 days starting now to this attack. It's now. There's no prep time. You got 0 days to
yeah,
prep. Go.
yeah.
Okay.
So it was something that could give them back-end access to every portal of everybody that exists on Google. And Google's like,
Oh.
AI research and like back-end team had to actually fish this out. And they said it's just one of many that are to come.